Is it? Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. I mentioned yesterday in Vlogmas Day 1 that on Fridays we do our meal planning. So it is just after 8 and we're sitting down to do our meal plan for the week. And then once we decide on all the meals we're gonna have, then I make our grocery list. I think we want to do a French dip.
French dip.
Yeah. That's...
What do we have left over from last week? That's what we need to determine.
So are you gonna have avocado or is it gonna be
I'm
the
gonna
same
do
thing?
I'm gonna do a salad. Try to do it right this week.
Those this week. Lasagna.
Sounds good. Maybe a Mediterranean.
I mean, that could be really good.
Garbanzo.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay. Okay, so we just finished putting our meal plan together. Our menu for the week is as follows, and this is just our dinners. I typically don't write down the breakfasts that we have, so I'm going to try to make French dip sandwiches. I have never made these before, but years ago, Greg and I went to a vegan food truck event, and one of our favorite vegan food trucks, we don't eat there anymore because they're primarily based in Denver, they did like an Arby's menu, and they had a French dip with Aous sauce, and Greg has like wanted one of these for years since then, and nowhere else that we have found offers these. So I'm going to attempt to make a French dip, and instead of using roast beef, obviously, I'm going to use jackfruit. I found a recipe using jackfruit, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna make lasagna. I've been making lasagna the past few weeks, and it is so good, and it also yields a lot of leftovers. So we'll be able to eat our lasagna leftovers for at least 1 or 2 nights. Nachos, we usually have one nacho like pretty much every week. Usually it's like Friday night. Friday night is nacho night, typically. I'm going to have avocado bow tie pasta, and Greg is gonna have a salad. He's not really big into pastas typically. I'm going to do a garbanzo inspired Mediterranean plate. So I make falafels. Granted, I've never been super successful with my falafels. They taste good, but they fall apart. And I've tried a couple different recipes, but I haven't been able to really nail it yet. But I make falafels, homemade pita bread, which is just delicious, homemade hummus. I have to actually look up my hummus recipe. I'm glad that I mentioned that. Homemade hummus, tabbouleh. What else? I need romaine for that. Gosh, it's like I'm forgetting everything. So yeah, we're gonna do a garbanzo inspired Mediterranean plate, and then of course leftovers and scrounging around. And then for breakfasts this week, the light is changing a little bit. I have a bunch of leftover bananas, so I will probably make some banana bread. We typically have potatoes in the morning, just like dice them up. We boil them for a short while, and then we pop them in the toaster oven to get them crispy, and we just put some like Cholula on those or whatever type of hot sauce we have. So we'll have some potatoes, maybe some banana bread. I might make biscuits and gravy this week. We love the vegan biscuits and gravy I make, but it's really rich. It's a really rich meal, so I don't make it all that often. And bagels. I got bagels for this week as well. And for lunches, we typically just have soups, or what else do we have for lunches, Bobo? Fruit, you know, whatever we kind of have around the house. I typically don't make lunch. We just have like a little thing, like a McDougal soup or a Gardein, and some snacks. So that's gonna be about it. Oh my goodness, Mew is ready for me to feed her as well. So it is almost 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and get Bobo fed and get started on my work for the day. But yeah, this is our little list for the week. I have the camera on manual focus, so you're not gonna be able to see it, but there it goes. Yeah, so that's what we do. We meal plan on Friday mornings, and I just put in an order to pick up groceries tonight, but we only pick up half of our groceries, and then the other half we go to like the organic grocery store for. So we'll go to the grocery store, and then we'll swing by the other second grocery store to pick up groceries. And then tonight I will show you everything and kind of show you our food haul. Huh, Bobo? Okay, I'm gonna go get her fed.
There's the road. There's chips. Doesn't look like much, but we got that, we got that, we got
milks. We got more groceries, water, there's cat food, there's more food tucked back there.
There's only 2 more waters left.
Perfect. Bean.
Okay, it is 5:30. We just got home from grocery shopping. We also had to go to Tractor Supply and pick up 4 bags of Timothy pellets for the horses. But we are home, and I am going to quickly, or at least I'm going to try to go quick, I'm going to quickly walk you through all the stuff that we got. And this is for 2 people, my husband and I. Greg. Greg is my husband, if you don't already know. If you are new here, welcome. So yes, this is for 2 people, totally vegan apart from the cat food, but I'm not putting the cat food in this haul. We already put that away. And this should be 1 week of food, and then also I am making Christmas cookies this week, so I got some, you know, extra little stuff for that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and walk you through what 1 week of grocery shopping looks like for us. All right, so we will start with these. I got chocolate chips and these little like vegan, I think they're peanut butter, yeah. Dark chocolate, peanut butter. These are gonna be for those cookies I'm making. We typically do not get sweets like this. This is just for like a special little dessert I'm making. Vegan sour cream. We already have cream cheese, so we just needed the sour cream for our nachos. Lasagna, 2 big things of super greens. These are primarily for smoothies. Greg likes having smoothies in the morning, so he uses these, and then this is also for one of his salads this week. Got some tea. I love having tea this time of year. A little bit of olive oil for cooking. 2 things of Oatly. We usually go through 4 Oatlys. These are 64 ounce. We usually go through 4 a week, but we had some leftovers, so 2 Oatlys. Provolone cheese. This is going to be for our French dip sandwiches that I'm gonna make tonight. Vanilla extract for my baking. Tofu. This is gonna be for the lasagna. I make vegan ricotta out of this. So yeah, tofu. These mozzarella shreds are for the lasagna. We have some soup here for lunch. More soup. We have lunch. We have these for lunch sometimes, and we also like to put some away, you know, just in case. Some not beef bouillon cubes, Seitan bacon. I'm gonna use this for my avocado bow tie pasta this week. It's really good. Bubby's horseradish. I have never picked this up before. I don't even know what this tastes like. It's for the French dip, French aus. So I'm gonna have to figure out what else horseradish can be cooked into. We have vegetable broth. I use a lot of vegetable broth. Typically, I usually go through at least 4 of these a week. So I want to start making my own because it's just a lot of packaging. So eventually I want to start making my own, but this week I only got 2 because I'm not planning on making chili or soup this week, and chili and soup are 2 things that take a lot of vegetable broth, and I went for the low sodium this week. These are snacks. These Gort mixes are really good. They just have like dark chocolate, peanuts, raisins, cashews. I just like snacking on these. We got some sunflower seeds and some Cajun sesame sticks. These are all just like a light snack if I feel like munching on something. Worcestershire sauce. Again, I have never used this. This is gonna be for the French aus. So again, I'll have to figure out other meals that use this and this so that they don't go to waste. Some ranch dressing for Greg's salad. Some Vegenaise. I absolutely love this brand. So we'll use this on the sandwich. We use this, you know, for a bunch of stuff. It's just good to have on hand. Some bread. I love bread, and I have started making my own bread, but for the French dip, we were supposed to get ciabatta, but they didn't have it, but this stuff is so good. So we went ahead and picked this up so that I don't have to make bread. Some chips for our nachos. These are just some simple little bagels for breakfast. I like having, you know, bagel with plain cream cheese. And like I said, I already have my cream cheese leftover from last week. Greg likes these. I mean, I like them too. They're really good. And we honestly don't even like cook these. We just eat them. They're so good. Light Life, really good brand. This is like a meal replacement. Really good. Greg typically has like one of these a day. We have some tomato sauce for the lasagna. This jackfruit is going to be my like my roast beef substitute. I got some green olives for the garbanzo Mediterranean dish. And then I get dry beans. You know, now, especially since I have a pressure cooker, it's really easy to cook dry beans. So I'm gonna make my own hummus out of these, and I'm also going to make falafels out of these as well. So those are our packaged goods. Let's go ahead and move on to our produce. All right, now we are over in the produce section, and I just love how colorful all of this is. So we got a couple pomegranates this week. If you watched my day 1 Vlogmas, Greg and I tried a pomegranate for the first time, and it was amazing. It was such a cool experience. So we got 2 more pomegranates. Greg likes grapefruit. I'm not a fan of grapefruit, but he's been eating grapefruit. I have a red onion. Let's move this over here. Red onion, white onion, yellow onion. I'll use all these this week. We have 2 opals. These are really, really sweet, really delicious apples. Bananas. So we do have bananas left over, and I might make some banana bread with these, or we might just chop them up and freeze them for those smoothies that I told you Greg likes to make. So, and then I added, this got misplaced, so 1 avocado this week. 1 small package of basil. I do have a little basil plant, but it is not producing very well. So I did pick up some basil. We have 1 cucumber. That's gonna be for the garbanzo meal. 2 zucchinis. I put 2 zucchinis in the lasagna that I make. We got a mango, a little garlic, some green onion, a head of romaine. This is gonna be for the garbanzo dish as well, as are these little tomatoes. We got a bunch of potatoes. We eat a ton of potatoes every week in lots of different meals. So we usually have like 15 to 20 potatoes, you know, at any given time. And then I got 1 parsley and 1 cilantro, and these are both for that garbanzo dish as well. And then there are some things that I have that I did not need to pick up. For example, you can see that it's we're looking pretty shy right now. So we eat almost everything every week, unless there are, like last week, these were on sale. And this is a new brand we've been trying, Plant Boss. They are so good. So for nachos, I would typically have to pick up, you know, some sort of crumble, like meatless crumble. So I'll be using this for the sauce, for the nachos. And then I'm going to use this one for the lasagna. They have a meatball one as well that I have used in the lasagna, but they didn't have any last week when these were on sale. So I just picked up the plant chili, and it goes really well. You know, obviously in a chili, but it tastes good in the lasagna as well. So I'll be using both of those this week. This sriracha, we like to put this on that like garbanzo Mediterranean dish. This used to have instant coffee in it. It's like my vegan biscuit and gravy mix, country gravy. So I make this every so often, and I fill it up and then I just use it. I'll need some tamari and some tahini. I didn't have to buy anything new. I already had these. We have a soup and some beans left over from last week, some some salsa for our nachos, green chilies for the nachos, some leftover chips, and what are these? Sunflower seeds. So you can see that that's mostly empty at this point. We have, you know, leftovers in here. Leftover, this is like an anti-inflammatory soup I made, some cheese, some apple slices, just random stuff that's kind of left over from this past week. I just remembered we forgot to get lemons, but we have 3, so we'll just use those up this week. We have some oranges in here. And then over in our freezer, have a little bit of frozen fruit. That big thing down there is my compost, so whenever that gets full, it's ready to go out now. Whenever it's full, I take that out to the compost. I have some leftover frozen spinach. I grew some spinach this past year, and yeah. Oh, and we got this too. I just wanted to refrigerate it. So this is gonna go in the butternut squash, some bocas, but it's pretty empty. So even if this looks like a lot of food, I don't know if it does, I don't know. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention this. I got some Pinot Noir for the Aus, and I like drinking wine too, so I'll probably drink some wine while I'm cooking. I don't know if this is, you know, a lot of food for 2 adults, but this is just, you know, what our weekly haul looks like. And of course, this changes a little bit from week to week depending on what I'm cooking. And because I'm trying something new this week, you know, I've never made that French dip, so of course the jackfruit I'm gonna learn how to cook, and I had to get some of these like condiments too that I typically wouldn't use, like the horseradish I've never used before, and the Worcestershire, that's a weird word, Worcestershire sauce, I have never used either. So, you know, I had to buy some things this week that I typically don't, but of course this kind of stuff will stick around, you know, the mayo will stick around, and then I can use it for other meals. So this is our weekly haul for 2 people eating a 100% vegan diet. Okay, now that I've showed you everything, let's get all of this put away, especially all the cold stuff, because it's been sitting out for a while because we're like 20-25 minutes from town. So let's get everything put away, and then I'm gonna make that French dip and show you how it goes, because I've been talking about it all day, so I want to show you how it goes, and you'll be able to see if it's any good or not. We'll see. Okay, I have what I need. I have my printed recipe here. 3 pages, so it's a pretty serious one. I think I'm going to pour myself a glass of that wine. I have some music playing on our little JBL, and I'm just gonna start cooking. So cross your fingers, wish me luck, and let's see how this goes. Looks good. Leave enough for another sandwich.
The whole sandwich has to go in there. Vegan Aus. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's hot. It's hot. Look at it steaming hot on the sandwich. Mmm. Mmm.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's good? Is it similar to ones you've had in the past?
It's not.
It's not similar?
It's different. Very different.
Does it taste like a French dip, or does it taste like a totally different thing?
It tastes like a French dip.
It's just like my own French dip?
The jackfruit does not... It works. It works, but it is not...
Roast beef.
It's not a traditional, like, seitan.
Mm-hmm.
God, you know the Aus is good when it's steaming hot.
All right, so we are going to settle in for some dinner. I haven't tried it yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be good. If Greg likes it, he is quite a food critic, I would say. He knows what's good, and he always has constructive criticism for the meals I make, and they always get better, right, honey? So we're gonna settle in, have our French dip sandwiches, watch a little bit of Netflix or Amazon Prime, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3 of Vlogmas. Bye!